afternoon, I'm Maria Satira. We continue to follow a developing story. 3 children killed in New Bern. Our Ryan Peterson is live in New Bern right now, leading our team coverage. Ryan.
Hi, Maria. That's right. This is a tragic crime that's certainly shaken the East. 3 children, ages 1, 5, and 12, killed in their home in this neighborhood here on Pastor Street in New Bern last night. The house is on, again, Pastor Street, the 800 block. This morning, New Bern police held a news conference. Our team was there as we learned details of the tragic crime. Katie Harden joins me now. She's been following this story from the very beginning. Katie, what can you tell us?
That's right, Ryan. We've been out here all morning, and when we first arrived here on the scene, investigators were trying to piece together just what happened last night. We're told that around 11 o'clock, multiple neighbors called and said that there was a man with a knife. When police arrived here, they found that suspect with a knife and then 5 victims.
The suspect, as best we can tell at this point, is a neighbor, and they all knew each other, so this wasn't a random event.
Investigators say 18-year-old Ayla Dutu has been charged with stabbing and killing 3 young boys.
Victims, the juveniles, were all brothers, ages 1, 5, and 12.
The boys' mother and sister were also injured in the incident, but police would not confirm if they were stabbed. The father of the children was at work at the time of the stabbings. Police say Tu had a machete-like knife when he was arrested.
This is a horrific event for any community, and we're certainly going to investigate it to the fullest.
Many in the community are shaken by the brutal attacks. New Bern police say when they arrived on the scene, 2 of the boys were already dead. The 3rd victim died at Carolina East. The mother and sister have been released from the hospital and are in good condition this afternoon. Now, the New Bern police and the SBI are continuing to gather more information to help answer some unfathomable questions.
You can imagine in a scene like this or incident like this, there's a lot of evidence to collect, so we're continuing to collect evidence and processing evidence.
The question that everyone is asking today is why. Police are not releasing a motive at this time, but the suspect has been charged with assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill, and police say they expect more charges to come later this afternoon. But, you know, it's just been one of those things that everyone here in the community has been telling us they cannot believe the details that are coming out today.
And Katie, these officers really aren't prepared to deal with something like this, especially certainly on a regular basis. So what's being done to help them?
Absolutely not. Some of the first responders said that this is one of the most gruesome scenes that they have ever personally seen, and we're told by the New Bern Police Department that they have crews and counselors on staff to help those officers deal with what they saw. So, you know, taking a toll on everyone this morning.
That's right. Katie, thank you very much. Now, this whole community affected by this, deeply impacted. There's a strong Burmese immigrant population here, a rather tight-knit community. That's a group of people our Josh Birch has been spending the morning with. He joins us now with the very latest on that and how they're coping and reacting to this event. Josh.
Well, Ryan, there's an organization here right in New Bern, and they're called the Interfaith Refugee Ministry. They've been here since the early 1990s, and I'm told that they've helped about 1,800 of these Burmese refugees come here to New Bern. They say many of those people add a lot to the community. Many of them work, and they had to pass an in-depth background check before being approved to come to the States. They say for a family that's already went through so much back in their home country, the events last night are just heartbreaking.
Can't imagine how both families feel, but our hearts as a staff just go out to the families, and we're just really in shock at this point.
Now, Hassan did say the Burmese community here in New Bern is very close. She says they have a psychologist on staff who will be able to step in and help debrief the family. And Ryan, many people are sitting at home right now. They're wondering, how can they help this family? I asked Hassan just that question. She said the best thing that people can do right now is to send money to help them worry about one less thing in the upcoming days and weeks after this tragic event last night.
Unbelievable. Josh and Katie, thank you both so much. And Maria, stay tuned. We're going to have much more throughout the day. In fact, you're going to hear from a woman who lived behind the house where this happened. She said the mother and the daughter came running to their house, screaming, frantic, crazy, as this was all unfolding, and their daughter actually helped translate the events to police. You'll hear from her later on in the later newscast. For now, we're live on Pastor Street in New Bern. Maria, back to you.
All right, Ryan, Josh, Katie, thank you. And as we learn more about this tragic event, be sure to stay with us online at WNCT.com, and we'll have updates for you there, as well as more live coverage for you tonight beginning at 5. Other top stories we're following this afternoon. A Craven County man accused of shooting and killing his wife this week makes his first court appearance. 38-year-old Shelton Van Lilly is charged with an open count of murder in the death of Jennifer Lilly. He remains without bond. Now, Lilly says he will hire his own lawyer. His next court date is set for May 1st. The incident happened at his home on Campbell Road Monday afternoon. Sheriff Jerry Monette says Van Lilly ran from the scene after the shooting, but then later surrendered. Sheriff Monette also says the couple had a history of domestic violence. In Greene County, another fire in the courthouse complex. Now, this is the second time the complex has dealt with a fire in the complex in the past month. We're told this one happened around 10:30 last night at the Community Corrections Office, which is the building next to the Superior Court building. So far, no word what caused this fire. We're working with officials to see if they have to reschedule or relocate any departments due to damage. The courthouse just reopened Superior Court last week, and District Criminal Court scheduled to restart there on Friday. Today, folks in Chocowinity are coming together to remember a teen killed in a high-speed crash. The vigil is planned for 16-year-old Stone Prickle at the Chocowinity Recreation Complex. It starts at 8 p.m. Community members are encouraging everyone to come out and support his family. Troopers say the Southside High sophomore was traveling around 100 miles an hour when his car crashed on Highway 33 Sunday night. Right now, the Pitt County Sheriff's Office conducting an internal investigation after a former school resource officer is charged with statutory rape involving a former student at the school. 37-year-old Justin Dickinson worked at Farmville Central High School. It happened in 2011. The SBI says the victim went to the school and was 15 at the time. The Sheriff's Office says they're now working to find out if anyone on staff covered up the crime. Because of safety and a possible conflict of interest, Dickinson is being held in the Greene County Sheriff's Office under a $1 million bond. Now, we've seen figures and authorities across the East accused of violating their positions over the past years, from teachers, baseball coaches, Taekwondo instructors. The allegations are coming from victims and the community. We want to know how parents can help their kids open up when there is a problem. Dr. Leon Johnson, a local therapist who specializes in sexual abuse cases, says the best way to notice a possible problem is to pay attention to your child's behavior. And he says you can never predict who may try to use their position of power to harm your child.
If you notice a modification in the child's behavior in any way that you're used to seeing or accustomed to seeing, I think parents ought to take notice.
Sudden changes in weight, mood, or sleep habits are all indicators. Kinston police still looking for the person responsible for shooting a man in the leg. Officers say it happened last night just before 6:30 on the 300 block of South Atkins Street. Police say the victim was taken to Lenore Memorial and is expected to be okay. The victim told officers someone pulled up in a white car and shot him. 3 people remain behind bars this afternoon following a raid on an illegal prescription drug ring. It's linked to Kinston's East Cove Psychiatric Services Office. The SBI says it started back in 2012 and the ring obtained over 5,000 pills. Those charged include 2 former office managers, Lisa Langford and Candace Hill. Another arrested is James Howlington. Doctors Walter Shannon and Joanna Wolicki Shannon are now out on bond. They're charged with writing the illegal prescriptions. A man charged with robbing Farmville Southern Bank twice in about a month is expected to head to court today. Police say U.S. Marshals found suspect Lamont Parker Jr. in Elizabeth City and that he confessed to the robberies. Police say Parker robbed the Southern Bank on March 11th and then again on February 13th. Police also investigated a robbery from January of 2014, but no word yet on any arrests related to that one. Parker's at the Pitt County Detention Center being held under a $1.5 million bond from the robberies and a probation violation charge. A Jones County man is facing animal cruelty charges after deputies say he restrained the animal in a cruel manner. Deputies say an animal crimes investigator found this large and extremely emaciated Shepherd Mastiff mix tied to a stake in the 800 block of Highway 41 East in Trenton back on March 3rd. Deputies say the dog didn't have any food or water. 52-year-old Edwin Murrell surrendered the dog and was arrested and charged with cruelty to animals. Coming up this afternoon on 9 on Your Side, a 3rd round of testing underway on a letter the Secret Service says may contain cyanide.
And it's a pretty one right now. Sunshine, temperatures on the cool side, but we have some rain coming in the forecast. I'll let you know when. Stay with us after the break.
Now your WNCT 9 First Alert weather.
Good afternoon to you, everybody. A heavy news day. Let's talk about some good weather. It is sunny outside and the temperatures are on the cool side. You got maybe some apple cider. I know we're in March and we're talking about apple cider, but it's okay. Got some apple cider, maybe got the sweatshirt on, maybe a nice little walk in the woods or a park. It's what type of day it is. It's like a fall type of day out here. A crisp, sunny, beautiful fall day. We are going to stay on the cooler side. We're going to be in the upper 50s, I think, for the day, so it's not going to be that cold. But it is cooler than our average. Average about 63 this time of year. 49 in Rocky Mount right now, 48 in Greenville, 50s down towards the coast, New Bern and Jacksonville, 52, and Morehead City at 50. Wow, was that a front or what? Look at this, 30 degrees cooler right now than it was this time 24 hours ago. Man, it seems recently here, especially in the month of March, we've had these really potent fronts within the past week or two. Winds out of the northeast, breezy in some places, especially along the coast, about 10, 15 miles an hour, then about 5 to 10 miles an hour just inland. So where we see temperatures in the 40s and we see a wind, then that's where we have the wind chill. So it's feeling like it's 45 in Greenville, 42 in Kinston, 47 back in the state's capital, and then 42 up in Elizabeth City. It feels like it's in the 30s out in the Outer Banks. That's chilly. Here's our next weather maker right here. Luckily, we're not getting any of the snow that they're seeing up into Montana and North Dakota and back into Minneapolis, but where we're seeing the rain down into the Arklatex region and up into Missouri, that's all headed our way. And so we'll see clouds for the majority of tomorrow. And then I think by the time we get towards the latter part of the afternoon into the evening, that's when the rain's going to start, probably about 4 or 5 o'clock here in the afternoon. Then an area of low pressure develops offshore, and then for the first day of spring on Friday, that's when we're going to start to see that really heavier rain come on in here. So we're talking mid to upper 50s today with sunshine, and then right along the coast we're going to see some 40s, upper 40s into the Outer Banks and towards Swan Quarter or so, and then lower 50s down at the Crystal Coast. Mostly cloudy tonight. We're back into the 30s, so we're going to be in the upper 30s inland, and then maybe right around 40 right along the coast. So here's the 7-day forecast. 57 today, 55 tomorrow, mostly cloudy. I'm going to keep a 30% chance in there in case for model timing differences for the afternoon, but I think it holds off to the evening. 57 for the first day of spring, rain showers, partly cloudy Saturday, 65, best day of the 7-day. 60 on Sunday, partly cloudy, 54 on Monday with sunshine, and then partly cloudy on your Tuesday, and we're 55. Here's that coastal 7-day forecast. 48 today, and then 52 with rain showers in the afternoon/evening, and then better chance of rain on Friday, 58 with rain showers, then 58 and partly cloudy on Saturday. Difference a day makes there. 54 with some rain showers on Sunday. Now, I think the rain showers on Sunday is primarily along the Crystal Coast. If you're up towards Manio, I think you're okay. You're dry, just partly cloudy. Then 52 with some sunshine on Monday, and then 55 on Tuesday, partly cloudy with a few chances of rain in there.
I've decided the first day of spring. Rainy, but that's okay because it's watering our flowers that we will be planting.
That will come.
Right?
That's right. Good way to look at it.
Trying to look on the bright side.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Dante. Coming up next at noon, gunmen opened fire at a museum in Tunisia, killing several people, possibly tourists. The latest just ahead.
You're watching 9 on Your Side News at Noon with Maria Satira and meteorologist Dante Jones.
At least 19 people are dead, 17 of them tourists, after gunmen opened fire inside a museum in the North African country of Tunisia. According to media there, men dressed in military-style clothing took hostages inside the museum as well. The country's interior ministry says 2 gunmen and a security officer have been killed in a raid, 3 attackers still at large. The Secret Service is conducting more tests on a letter sent to the White House that tested positive for cyanide. Craig Boswell has the story from the White House.
A third test is expected to determine whether a letter sent to the White House contains cyanide. Biological tests on the letter were negative, but a chemical screening test came back with a presumptive positive reading for cyanide, a potentially lethal toxin that attacks the heart and nervous system. The letter never made it to the White House. It was screened at an off-site facility miles from here. The contents of the letter are being described as a milky substance found inside a container. Further tests are underway, but for now, the Secret Service is not commenting on its criminal investigation. The White House has not said if the letter was addressed to President Obama. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
The White House email screening facility ramped up after letters containing anthrax were sent to the White House and Capitol Hill after 9/11. The facility processed 1.2 million letters in 2012 and 2013. Ahead of games tonight for March Madness, we take a look at another type of madness, this one including 2 breweries in the East. Plus, a family in the East prepares to watch their son play in the First Four tonight. We preview it just ahead.
This is 9 on your side at noon.
The field of 64 will be rounded out tonight as 2 more teams advance after day 2 of the play-in round. Tipping off in game 1, North Florida, who takes on 16 seed Robert Morris, my alma mater. A local tie here as well. West Craven alum Aaron Tate is on the Robert Morris roster. And then in the second game, host team 11 seed Dayton takes on another 11 seed Boise State. Now the winner of the Robert Morris North Florida game will face off against number 1 seed Duke on Friday. Join us tonight at 5 and 6. We talk with Aaron Tate's family, who lives in Craven County, and will be cheering him on from their Cove City home. As teams are getting ready for the tournament, people in North Carolina are hoping their favorite brewery makes it to the next round of the March Beer Madness tournament. Today marks the second round of the brewery tournament. Now among them, those making the tournament, Eastern North Carolina's own Mother Earth Brewery and Duck Rabbit. Votes are still being tallied for the second round face-offs. While the results are in for America's favorite Coastal Small Town Award organized by the USA Today, and a tiny town in the Outer Banks was a top contender. Now the town of Duck ended up placing 10th in the top 20. The winner, Saugatuck, was just announced at noon. That's in Michigan. Voting wrapped up on Monday. And although our Outer Banks town didn't win, it is a great honor to be on that top 10 list. So stay with us. Coming up after the break, we'll get another live update from New Bern, where our team continues to track the investigation into the deaths of 3 young boys. We continue to follow a developing story. 3 children killed in New Bern. Our Ryan Peterson is live in New Bern right now, leading our team coverage. Ryan.
Yeah, Maria, that's right. And tragic doesn't even begin to describe what happened here last night, as 3 children, ages 1, 5, and 12, viciously attacked and killed in their home in New Bern last night. We're here on Pastor Street, right in front of the house where this happened. It's just a couple blocks away from Goose Creek and not that far from the police station either. Very close to downtown, to give you an idea. Police have a man in custody. His name, he's 18-year-old Elardo II. He has not been charged with murder at this time. New Bern police held a press conference earlier this morning. Our team was there for that as we learned of the tragic events. They got here around 11 o'clock last night and found the 3 boys dead, a mother and daughter injured, who were taken to the hospital, treated, and have since been released. We're learning more throughout the day today. A strong, tight-knit Burmese immigrant community here that this family was a member of, and they hadn't been here very long. We're told from neighbors just a few months. Later on in the newscast in 5 and 6 tonight, you'll hear from one of those neighbors who responded to the mother and daughter as they ran out of their house looking for help. Hear what she had to say. Her daughter actually also translated what had happened from that mother for the police department. But we'll have much more at 5 and 6 tonight right here on WNCT. Not on your side. Maria?
Ryan, thank you for following that for us this afternoon. And
yeah, a lot of hard breaking news. Let me try and give some good news here with the weather. Nice day today. We're talking temperatures really in the 50s with plenty of sunshine for us. And then tomorrow we'll bring some rain in here. Temperatures staying on the cool side in the 50s, and then upper 50s for the first day of spring on Friday, 57. We got some rain coming in. Maria put a nice spin on that, and that's going to water your flowers for you. The garden's going to grow, and then everything's going to spring up by Saturday because it's 65 and partly sunny.
We wish.
60 and partly cloudy on Sunday, and then we're going to bring in some 50s by the time we get into next week, mid-50s for you on Monday. Plenty of sunshine there, and then 50s for us on Tuesday. Coastal 7-day forecast, real similar. 48 today, a little cooler, a little bit warmer around the Crystal Coast. We're in the lower 50s. Then 50s for us tomorrow, and then on Friday with plenty of sunshine by Saturday.
All right. Thank you, Dante. And be sure to join us tonight at 5 and 6 as we learn more about the details of that gruesome killing of the 3 young boys, ages 1, 5, and 12. Their mother and sister injured as well. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Be sure to join us online, WNCT.com, for updates on that. Have a good day.